We have it. We're all good. We're ready and set.
Woo-hoo.
Hello, everybody. We are officially live. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to your journey. My name is Katarina.
My name is Sabrina.
And this is your chakra journey, chakra series, based off of basically everything that we've learned and understood out of our experiences, out of life, and working with energy, working with tarot, working with Reiki, working with everything and anything really, because we've been both pretty obsessed with this.
Obsessed?
Huh. In a good way.
Yeah.
Because you can have, obsession could be, go one way or another.
So just so you know, we're on a lot of coffee, so we're going to be very animated.
Good for you guys, right?
Our chakras are all open.
Well, there's a couple of them that are open anyways. But anyways, today we're talking about the crown chakra. So is there... Oh, sorry. There you go. Thank you for being patient with us because we're still trying to get the hang of this. And so today we're talking about the crown chakra. Is the last one technically, but we have a little surprise for you guys at the end of this live podcast. And
crown chakra. I can we can look at the quote. I think it's a really beautiful quote. If I go into the place in myself that is love, and you go into the place in yourself that is love, we are together in love. Mm-hmm. Then you and I are truly in love, the state of being love. That's the entrance to oneness. So the crown chakra to me is part of your physical form, right? The chakras within the form. And then there's chakras, there's like 107 other chakras outside of us, but still within our meridian, still within our Merkaba. But for now, we're talking about this crown chakra. So the whole goal of this journey is to love, which is oneness, which is enlightenment, which is stepping away from desire. Like you're truly one with yourself.
It's basically learning how to love yourself. And if you know how to love yourself, then you know how to love everything else around you. Like you can only love to the extent that you love yourself. And we've been talking about this with
everything.
episode. And we started this whole journey, this whole podcast saying this welcome to your journey, because we've had a lot of people ask us the same questions. And we're like, you know what? We talk about this all the time. Might as well just dive in here with you guys live and have have a live interaction and just let's chill, let's vibe, let's talk about this stuff, right? This is the stuff that lights us up, gets us excited, because there's no limit to this information, because what we're telling you right now
could change.
Could absolutely change, as it should, because like everything else, even science in this world, nothing is concrete. Nothing. The only thing that is really true is change. The only thing that is actually truth, the actual truth, is change. That's the only thing that is consistent in this world. So, as she said, crown chakra. We're going to dive into that. But first, let's see who is live with us right now. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Orna.
Orna, hello.
Terry and
there's
Lynn.
About 6 people with us. Terry and Lynn. Nice. Hi, everybody.
Everybody else, too, who's not talking.
Hello. So we're going to dive into basically what we're going to be talking about, why we're doing this. So we're doing this because we absolutely want to give you all the tools that you could comprehend or try or exercise yourself to set yourself free. This is the only reason why we're doing this mini series, the chakra series, and we use the chakras because it's kind of becoming mainstream and a lot of people are talking about it in their own light, but we wanted to put our opinion on it and our experiences with it. And we really want to emphasize that whatever we're saying right now, it could change, but also you might have an even better perspective, or not necessarily better,
different epiphanies of it. Yeah,
that you could share with us and that we can learn off of you. So this is another reason why we decided to record it and spread it out to the internet world. After that, we're going to talk about what the crown chakra is. We're going to talk about the 1,000-petal lotus flower. Why is it a 1,000-petal lotus at the crown chakra? And we're going to talk about, like as we usually with every episode, overactive, underactive, meaning like how to know when it's unbalanced, so you can actually take a step back and become the observer of everything that's going on. And then Sabrina had brilliant ideas of incorporating these different themes, which I find brilliant and amazing. So the Buddhist the Buddha's enlightenment, because we hear about that often. So we're going to talk about how that goes and coincides with the crown chakra, the halo symbolisms, because it's a crown. There's a reason why we call it a crown. And then we're going to talk about NDEs, so near-death experiences, and also astral projection, how all those could be intertwined and why we're incorporating this with the crown chakra, the different practices to actually balance them out, to become more aware, to be more conscious and more in that present moment, so you can actually take charge and take your power back and be the ultimate, step into your ultimate greatness, right? And then, as per every podcast, we're going to do a pendulum and Reiki activation. Sabrina is going to be doing the pendulum activation. I'm going to be guiding you into a meditative state so you can actually receive this. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about the next episode, which we decided to throw in there like a Pokemon, Pokemon Go. The Soul Star and the Earth Star chakras, which is still relatively new to me.
Which we'll get into at the end. Because basically she just told you everything, so now it's over. Let's go.
Not really.
I'm kidding.
Not really. So, Sabrina, enlighten us. So actually, wait. Before we even get there, let's take a moment first off to just appreciate these beautiful slides, because Sabrina is she's an artistic genius. This is mostly her. I know. I throw a bit of ideas here and there. I put I put a little bit of my opinions, but then she takes something and then she beautifies it at 1,000%. So please, let's just acknowledge that at this very moment. And also the beautiful symbol over here. She does not only Akashic readings, but she also does symbolisms, and she uses these in some of her sessions. I hope she starts using them even more. Yeah. Just throwing that out there. But yes, let's just have that appreciation. Do you want to talk about it a little, or do you want to just let people?
Yeah. You could just this is these are symbols that I go into deep thought, I guess, and I just do sometimes I'm called to just sit and I just see symbols in my head. So this was called for me for this session. And it's also something you can look at, you can follow the lines of it while you are trying to if you've lost focus in the day, you can revert to this symbol and look at the lines of it and just focus on that and whatever, so this is a connection to your crown, right? So this is to empty the mind. So focus on this and go out into nature or wherever you want to go. But anyways, I use a lot of my symbols for that. I just revert to the symbols and I look at them and whatever comes up in my head, whatever message comes up after this. They're activation symbols.
Activation, and they're also great for meditation. Like she said, if you're meditating on it, you let us know how you feel after one of these symbols. When at me doing Reiki, there are symbols that are provided. It's not limited to that because, in my opinion, we are Reiki, but that's a conversation for another time. But the symbols do help us get into that meditative state, and every single line has a purpose in it. So if you do end up meditating with these symbols, let us know how you feel. Let us know what comes out. Let us know what part of it really activated the specific parts or ideas, or just let us know. Keep us posted. So before we continue,
love it. Gorgeous.
Beautiful, Sabrina. Yes.
Hi, Maureen.
Yes, 100%. Give her some love, Angel. Guys. Hello, Maureen. Angel. I don't think I've seen you before. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so let's dive right into it. We're going to talk about the crown chakra. What is the crown chakra?
So we've never done this for the other chakras, but I was doing a little research before we got into this live, and I remember when I first started doing Reiki or just learning about energy. I used to do this practice a lot, and everybody probably knows this already. I'm sure you know this, is to rub your hands together. We're going to do this to locate the crown chakra on your head.
Oh,
okay.
Fun.
So let's do this little meditation. That's not a meditation, but this little practice right now, if you want. You dance, exactly. You do this, and then you feel the energy within your hands. If you wanna, yeah. So for me, it's instant. I could feel it right away because we are, you could do this to feel the ball of the energy.
And the idea is that you're creating or connecting with the energetic frequency that's between your hands. And the best way for me I found is breath. So you actually breathe deeply, because breath is life. You're breathing in life. You're breathing in chi, like you would have in other cultures, or like there's just a life force energy that is around us. Oxygen is alive. So the breath is, generally speaking, the key, but it's not limited to that. Don't take our words as gospel. And closing your eyes to remove certain sensories to focus on this sensory, the one that's in between your hand, could also be very, very helpful. And then you can also try to guide that energy with your hands or just with your mind into making it bigger, smaller. Like we've had a lot of practice, so I feel it right away. Like my hands are on fire right now. But
so when you feel that, I want you to take your left hand and put it on top of your head.
Why left?
And now go all over your head. Scan your head. Where do you feel the energy? Usually it'll guide you to your crown chakra, but like for me, I could feel it totally guiding me to here, right here on the top of my head, right? But my crown. So it's just a way of activating it. You know, you could do that for your other chakras as well. And it's a lot of what we've been talking about, our practices, is about how, you know, if you're feeling not creative, maybe you could do that and put it where your sacral chakra is to activate it.
Center of creativity.
So it's just also acknowledging your chakras. It's your energy center. You are energy. So it's saying, hey, hi, I know you're here and I'm needing to like connect to source. I don't know. I thought it was a really beautiful practice.
Coming into the present moment.
Just like meeting yourself, you know, like acknowledging you, your energy, your soul, your chakras, like everything is you. So
yeah, communicating in different ways.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe it's your first time communicating with your body.
Exactly.
And your soul and just these energetic frequencies that are around you, which is you.
Yeah.
Everything is just you at the end of the day. But
so the crown chakra is the crown at the top of the head. And
I love that you did that exercise.
Yeah.
I think that's so great.
Nice. Yeah, no.
Amazing.
I saw it. Okay. And Sahasrara is the Sanskrit word for the gateway to the celestial, right? It's the pathway. And that's what it is. Once we get to the crown chakra, it's the opening of the crown to the heavens, to the next steps. But there's so many more other chakras to go through. But this is just the physical, like
portal.
It's the physical portal because it's still really on your physical form.
Exactly.
So it's not like galactic and cosmic, which a lot of people, when I was doing research, I was like, it's the higher self. And it's not the higher self. It's the opening to the higher self,
to the entry of the higher self.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's like, so we have like every other.
And we could be wrong in all this because the information right now.
I think I'm right.
No, but I mean, in the sense that this information is based on the information that we have right now.
Yeah,
but then more information might occur that might be
totally.
How do you say that? Exposed, and we're gonna be like, oh, that's what it is, right? So. Anyways, I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah. So, anyways, the elements it's violet and white, which you see like the amethyst was third eye, but it also is relevant for the crown and the selenite, white. It's like that white glow, right? That's coming on top. And the violet flame. Oh, we didn't talk about the violet flame, but the violet flame is relevant to the crown chakra as well.
And why violet is because violet is a very high in frequency because every color has a frequency. We started with the base chakra is very long frequencies and very short. I mean, very long and slow. Exactly. Violet is the complete opposite. So it's like super high, super short, and
white as well as.
Well, white is also all the colors.
Yeah,
technically
exactly.
speaking.
And then it goes into gold and everything. Yeah. So she's gonna talk to us about this.
Yeah, the 1,000 petals. Let's see how it is.
I'm right.
That totally works.
All right, good.
So the 1,000 petaled lotus. Yeah, this coffee high is like
what
level with us? Okay, a little patience here. But yes, okay. So the 1,000 petal lotus. Why is it 1,000 petals? Basically, the 1,000 petal is every single chakra, you have different petals, and every single one would have a different significance. And it's just like that leveling up. So every time you go and you work with a different energy center, you're going to be working on different things, right? The base chakra was only 4 petals, and then we go up to, I think it was 6 and 12. But once you get to the crown chakra,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Okay.
So once you get to the crown, it's the 1,000 petal, and they say it's like one of is the ultimate lotus, because now you've literally come up the gunk of the mud. So the lotus is usually in this muddy, murky water, and it goes up to then bloom and blossom. And the metaphor is that you're coming up from the murky subconscious mind, so all the programmings that we've just picked up unconsciously or consciously, and we're going up these different energy centers, these different programmings, and we're transmuting them, we're accepting them, we're loving them to death, right? We've been talking about loving every moment, just loving it, just having compassion. And how do you love? It's through compassion and kindness, first with yourself, because you can only love to the extent that you love yourself, right? So once you start blooming, once you start accepting everything that happens, everything that's been going on, every programming, as you know, it was the programming you needed at that time, whether you know why or not, you don't need to know. We've been talking about this too. Then you start blooming. Your energy just starts blossoming. And this is what it represents. The 1,000 petal lotus is that coming out of the subconscious mind, coming out of the murky waters of the suffering and the pain, and just all transmuting until you actually blossom into this beautiful lotus flower that is now connecting to the blue skies, which is the super conscious. So the conscious that is outside of ourselves, which a lot of people say their soul or the higher self or everything else after the 3D reality, to me anyways, is no longer, it's where you're heading. It's that
funny.
Connection.
I love it. She described it so well. So like, to me, as soon as she said mud, I went in and I saw the mud, and I'm like, that's the attachment, right? She said the programming. So attachment to this world, this matrix world, it's like, and we're attached to the people in our lives and the places and the memories and blah, blah, blah. And then you slowly go up, right? You slowly go up and you detach.
Yeah.
And the lotus going on, like detachment, total. Yeah. It's like trusting. And that's our journey. Yeah. It's like, we're like attached, then we're unattached, and then we go back in the mud. How many times? Like, stuck in the mud, people.
But that's like the thing with the crown too, is that you're always going to be in and out, because there's always stuff to keep clearing. Like we were just talking about this week, even yesterday when we met up to talk about this, things were coming back up, things that were coming back up to the surface. Like, damn, I did this already. But it's the whole point is to oscillate, to go back and like back in and out, to clear deeper and deeper. So you're just at a deeper, how do you say it? The more you clear, the more you're going to expand, and the more you're going to shine, because there's nothing holding you back down, right?
Right. But
the more you clear, there's nothing pulling you back in, because if we still hold on to these programmings, these resentments, these guilt, these shame, like everything that creates suffering, basically creates pain, it's going to pull us back in on purpose to clear out. Like, it's just a beautiful, it's
analogy. It's
throughout my whole journey, I always thought pain was something bad, until you start actually sitting with it and you start facing it and you start loving these parts of yourself, and you're like, oh, like there's just more room for love now, because I'm transmuting and loving everything,
the pain, the suffering, the
everything.
mud.
And yesterday we were the Jin Keys,
oppression and transmutation.
They were talking about transmutation and how the transmuting of all these emotions actually creates heat, and the heat is what levels you up. It's almost like helium, right? You're rising up once you start transmuting, and at a certain point you start loving the pain so much that you're excited for the next challenge. You're excited for the next pain, right? Anyway, sorry.
And it's funny, we went on another tangent. We'll stay on that tangent because when she was saying how, like, you heat up when you rise to the next level, I was thinking when I was listening to that podcast, I was like, wow, when menopause, people. we heat it. We're heating up as our divine feminine, and we're moving to the next level. Because what the interesting thing is when your crown chakra actually develops between 43 to 49 years old, which is the time of menopause, right? It's like boom, 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 people. So like that's why. Anyways, I want to say,
yes. What did you put here?
Terry, when we were doing the energy thing, she felt the ball of energy getting smaller and smaller, the size of a tennis ball, and felt the energy not on the top of my head, but the back more, on the back more. So cool, so good for you.
And that's the beauty of energy work, is it's really unique to every single blueprint, every single person. And you guys remember, we're all one. We are the ocean, but you're also that drop that makes the ocean, meaning that you have a unique frequency and uniqueness that the universe wants to express itself through you. So it's like the energy, like there's so much, we can teach you all this, but you're supposed to use it and feel it in your own way.
I know, but we're here to guide them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's what we're doing. So you're like, and then you take whatever resonates.
We're here.
So what does it mean if the chakra spins the other way? Well, if the chakra spins the other way, that means you're underactive, which we'll talk about after, my beautiful. And hello from the Netherlands. Oh, she's gone. Oh, why? Hello from the Netherlands. Hi. I don't know how to say hello in Dutch, but
we'll figure it out for the next one.
All right.
Oops.
So what?
So let's go to the next slide. I think that sums it up pretty well, right? Basically, cosmic oneness. We're going to talk a little bit more. Once you get to the crown, exactly, it's like the oneness. You actually start feeling one because you've removed all the illusions, you've removed all the masks, right? So it's this awareness, this aha moment of like, oh wow, everybody is me. Everybody, I am everybody, and they are me. You are me. I am you.
I am you. You are me.
There you go. And yeah, we'll talk about the joy of life, the meaningfulness. Basically, this is all the feelings that you would get once you have a balance, once you removed everything. Was there anything else that I wanted to add into this? I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. There you go. So the Om.
That's you. Hi, Lori.
Wait, let's remove this. There we go. So the Om sign. So what I found really interesting is that every single line represents a different consciousness, right? So you have the subconscious, you have the conscious, and then you have the super conscious, and then you have the ego. The little dot up there is the ego. And I just found that really interesting. And I thought it would be something to share because the crown chakra represents the actual sound is Om. So I think that it's Om, and there's
another one.
There's one more, but the one that I really want to focus on is this one.
Something. Anyway.
Yeah. So
all NG or something.
All that to say that once you get to the crown chakra, these are the things that you're aware of. You're aware that you are everything. I mean, you're everything and nothing at the same time, but you do realize that these components help us through.
And I do love the fact that the ego shows up here. Because the ego gets a bad rap. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I saw like someone gifted me a book called Ego is the Enemy. And I was like, yo, really, people? And it's not. So it's like it's
understandable why.
It's understandable, but also when you start to trust yourself and love yourself a little bit more, you start to realize the ego was necessary, right, for us to move through this journey. Because the soul, if we're in full programming, so we needed the ego to guide us through the program a little bit, right, to get to this place of liberation.
Yeah.
So.
How do you liberate yourself?
It's also like she said before, it's loving your pain and loving your suffering, loving your ego. It's the same thing. I was going to talk Italian too, but I won't. It's not the same thing, right? So
I'd love to hear Italian. That'd be awesome.
Another time.
But again, the ego is here to show us that even pain is necessary. Pain, because how do you liberate yourself if you're not oppressed? Right? How do you actually love deeper if you haven't been hurt? Like it's easy to love when there's love already, but can we love unconditionally when we're in pain? That's where well,
that's the thing. That's a good point, because that's where we're at. That's why it's a little challenging. This is where it's a little challenging, where some people are still in pain. I can't really love Sabrina. I can't trust. And like, you will, but you will be able to at one point, because you'll be able to to move through the pain like easier and faster than you did, but it's practice, right? So there is that moment, but we can't be in full, like we're going to talk about this right now. This is, let's talk about this first. What is the problem here? All right. Frick. Let's talk about the Buddha enlightenment right now.
Left. Right, left. Well, I guess we can talk about that also in the what's it called? Oh,
what are you doing?
I don't know why it's acting weird.
All right.
You can talk about it overactive and underactive. You can talk about here, no?
Yeah. I don't even remember what I was saying.
You were talking about that it's easier to love. It gets easier and easier to love, basically.
All right. Right.
Because the pain is necessary.
Yeah.
Pain is necessary. And yeah.
In this symbol, talking of the ego, I see a heart on its side. Oh, let's go back to the symbol and see what she's talking about.
Who's this?
Terry.
Okay, level with this, guys. We're here. We're here. We're here. And wait. What are you talking about? You said go back to the symbol.
Wow, man. It's all good. We love you. The heart. Where do you see a heart?
Oh, this symbol.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's very interesting. Yes, like right here. Yeah, love it. Okay. Thank you guys for putting up with us. Oh my God. All right, let's just talk about this. So Orna brought it up. What does it mean when your chakra is left? It means that you're underactive. And when my pendulum is going left and on the body, it's usually underactive and overactive. And that's why when we're going through our energy centers, it's not like I start at my root chakra and then I'm going to work on my sacral. That's not how life works, right? Like we would wish to like start at the root and then we go up and we like clear. But sometimes some of us start at the crown and then jump to the sacral and this is just life, right? This is just how it's the depiction of the way life is for all of us, like crazy,
bounce around everywhere.
Or just bouncing around everywhere. But when you're reaching a certain, like when you're feeling there's like a lack of clarity, and like a lot of us at one point on this journey are like, I don't know what my purpose is. What is my purpose? What is my purpose to be? Nah. And that's where the crown chakra is like, it's activating. Even though it's unbalanced or underactive or overactive, you're still, this is being activated somehow, right? There's a feeling of like, you're foggy, you're not seeing things, but yet it's so interesting to me because you go through this journey and there's like, I see so clearly, Sabrina. You know how many times I get messages and then the next day they're like, oh my God, Sabrina, I'm in a fog, I'm in the mud, I'm a loser. I can't believe I'm not doing this right. And there's no right or wrong, right? And there's like, you feel disconnected. You feel like you're not, like you're engaging with the lower realms, you're engaging with a lower vibration, but this is a journey, right? And it's the awareness of it. It's like, oh, today I'm in a mental fog, so what do I do? Let me activate my crown chakra. Let me go to it and let me talk to my crown chakra, right? And say, okay, I'm willing to open myself up to you, and I'm willing for you to like guide me. Basically, the next soul star chakra is the higher self, is to guide you. But at the same time, like I said, it's to really fully fall in love with you. And I feel like there's like the 1 to 7 is you. No?
1 to 7. Oh, yeah. The chakras. Well, I mean, they're the base. They're the major ones, I would say, if you really think about it, because these are the ones that are deeply rooted in your spine, which is your antenna. That's your antenna, and your spine is connected to your whole system. You feel through your nervous system that gets basically channeled in on your spine, and then all that information goes up to the mind, and then that's information is going to dictate whether you open up your crown, you open up that last center, or you close off. And that's correct with every other chakra systems too. Every other one, the heart, the throat, do you feel safe enough to actually express yourself truthfully, honestly? Do you feel safe enough to actually express yourself, get creative? Can you feel confident enough to say all these? And these are everything that we've been talking about. And once you get to the crown, it's like the ultimate, okay, your whole body is safe. Let's just open up and let's just expand. But they are the major ones, 100%, because they're directly linked to this antenna that connects us to absolutely everything. That's the way I see it anyways.
And I like the idea of the balance here, because there's that part of you, a lot of us, maybe not us, but a lot of others that are, oh, crown chakra, what the hell are you talking about? Sabrina, chakra system, energy, tarot, Reiki, closed-mindedness. That's like closing the crown chakra. And I'm going to tell you this
It's based on fear.
Yeah, it is based on fear. But the ailments that are attached to this, closing your mind, like really fighting against the crown chakra opening, is Alzheimer's, dementia. What's the other one? Amnesia. You know, it's like you're really like shutting out the world. And I really, truly believe that. I believe that everybody who's suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's just didn't want to deal with life in their 3D world. They're like, I'm done. I'm going already out there, right? Like, but they're still physically alive in their body. Whereas some people leave the earth actually. And those just say, I'm going to stay here. I don't know how to leave yet because I'm so like fighting it. And the overactive is something that you're going to find very often on this journey, where people are going to be like, oh, yes, I connect to my higher self and I am God and I am
basically like disconnected. From
really, you're totally ego. You're totally in that little point of the Om. You're like,
which you can't just be. You have to connect everything. The whole process is this balance, this connection.
But that's okay. And I'm not judging that because we all were there, right? We all like, oh my God, Sabrina, I went into the astral world, and you live in that world, which you do at the beginning of all these journeys. And also if you're taking DMT and all these things, you're like totally living in those worlds. But that again is the over exaggeration of this, because really it's so simple, right? But this is because we're human and we're so used to a certain, like we were taught the program. So now we're like moving outside of that program, and in moving outside of that program, you're like, holy Columbo, I see freaking unicorns and rainbows, and I'm not even taking drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is going on? And it's beautiful, but then we could get lost in that.
And that's the thing. It's okay to be in there temporarily.
Yeah,
because you're going to learn something.
That's exciting.
But it's to root that information after that in the 3D. You decided to be human. We all here decided to be human, to sit and
recognize it.
And to be aware, exactly. Like the experience is this human experience, and it's to ground that information, is to ground that awareness. And she was talking about how, you can connect with your crown chakra. And I absolutely agree. Everything is alive. At the end of the day, everything is you. The crown chakra is you. The whole reason why we're doing this series and talking about these different exercises is so you become aware of it. Mm-hmm. You become aware that everything is you, and you could communicate with it, especially in this 3D, right? If we want to ground this information in 3D, one way of doing it is just communicating verbally or mentally or emotionally with these different systems, with these different energetic points. So everything is you, but we haven't practiced enough being present with ourselves, present, or even aware. And this is a way of helping you become more aware. And, I always get like, how do you say present? What is this is one way. Sit down, shut the fuck up, and ask, hey, what's going on?
R-rated.
And you might not get the answer that you're looking for, but just the action of sitting down and being like, okay, I don't believe in this mumbo jumbo. I don't believe in this crown chakra, but I'm going to ask. That's already opening up. You're already opening yourself up, becoming more present, because you're declaring it now to the universe. Anyways.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a huge thing. It's beautiful. But someone asked, how do you make it active, or how do you fix it? And we're gonna do a pendulum activation, like Lynn said in the comments. So we're gonna do that to help.
I hope that you guys talk to each other.
I know, but also it's also like we said, like she's been talking about, it's like becoming aware.
Yeah,
that's all. That's how you bring back to things to 0 point.
Yeah.
It's just awareness,
bring your energy back.
I was talking to a beautiful client that's here in the chat. It's like she's feeling rage and anger coming out of her. That's freaking beautiful. Instead of looking at it as like, oh my God, that's so scary. And I was like the volcano is erupting. Can you look at the volcano and the lava that's coming out and see it as beautiful?
See it as powerful.
And then when you recognize it, your ego and your soul and your higher self and everything is working together. They're like, yeah, man, let's do this together. The next time that volcano erupts, you'll be like, I got you.
Or I'll be able to do something constructive.
Yeah, and you won't be like overactive, like, oh my God, it means that I am like dying, or I am an angry, that means like I'm a really low vibe person. It doesn't. This is the thing. This is the little, like, people are like, that's why this love and light BS is BS, because love and light is, if you're love and light 100%, then there's nothing else that's happening. You're just like, and you're just, I'm going to segue it. You're just Buddha, right? You're just sitting under the Bodhi tree and you're like fully enlightened. We're not going to get to that place yet. We have so much clearing to do, and it's okay. And it's to make it fun, right? It's to make it like freaking fun. Yeah. And this is what we always talk about, me and her, because we come to each other for a lot of, like, yesterday I was feeling like, ugh, and she's like, yeah, we got to make it fun, Sabrina. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Okay. Like, and it's just like reminding each other. And that's what we're here to do for you. And you're there to do it for us.
But it's also, if you're high love and light, that means it's exact opposite, right? You can't be one without the other. And people who are there, it's like denying that part of yourself, that exact beautiful opposition, like the yin and the yang. You have to have both. If you don't have both, you can't come into that middle ground. And then again, this is where spiritual bypassing comes.
Yeah.
And
which is overactive. Yeah.
Which comes back to this overactive, which comes back to ego. It's like, no, I'm not all that. But it's okay if you are. Like, what's wrong if you're not? And that's the questioning too. What's wrong? Like, why am I afraid of being enraged? What is it about myself? How does that make me feel? Oh, I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm lovable if I'm angry. I don't feel like, it's these are the questioning, like, oh, I'm afraid to go in there. Why am I afraid to go in there? And this is the moments of contemplation. And I feel like crown chakra, this is where you get, once you've been on this journey for such a long time, you get to this point where you incorporate more stillness and you incorporate more silence.
Mindfulness.
Like just stillness and silence. We talked about this last time too. It's an underrated superpower. It's an underrated tool that a lot of people, we hear it a little bit here and there with different spiritual gurus or just coaches and all that, but I feel like it's still super underrated. And once you get to this point and you're starting to become more aware, you intentionally put more stillness and silence. And this is where all the things are going to come up to the surface. And can't you just be with it and stay with it? And then this is the ultimate alignment. It's going to align itself. That's the thing. It aligns itself. Everything balances itself.
It's just becoming aware of them.
It's just sitting with it.
It's like that's what it is. It's just,
and this is where the Buddha comes into play. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Right? He went out in the world and he saw all this pain and destruction and he couldn't deal with his emotional state. So he sat with himself. And I think he sat with himself, years?
Years. I don't even remember.
Like 20 or
20
more years.
Yeah, but
anyways, there's a lot of,
it's like, we don't
a lot of people have opinions on this.
We don't have to do that, but whatever. But that is like, I think it's more of is it real? Maybe. But it could be just like a metaphor or something, like it's religion, right? It's like just teaching you that really you just have to go within. You have to be silent, because when we're silent without the noise and the programs and all of the bullshit of the people around us, we can't connect and we can hear, not outside, not even us. You can hear inside, right? Or outside, whatever, like your soul. You can hear the messages clearer. And I brought in Nirvana because I last night I was in bed. I was like, Nirvana. I was like, okay, I'm going to put Nirvana in the screens.
I didn't even know. I found this out today.
So Nirvana is that place of you move into that highest state, right? But Nirvana is usually in Buddhism. Nirvana means that you've died. You won't be reborn, because you've actually done it many lifetimes over and over. You've, like what we're doing, we're seeking enlightenment, and then you've learned all your lessons and you reach that thing. So Jesus Christ reached Nirvana. Buddha, all the ascended masters that we know of reached it because they haven't returned, right? Or maybe they have, but I don't think so. But that's the idea of Nirvana. I love it. And, everyone knows it as their band, but
Great band, by the way.
But great band. And it's just like, I don't really believe that it will ever be reached. Like Nirvana is is like years in the making kind of thing. We're here as long as we're physical form, Nirvana is not something that we'll reach. Right. And if you've reached it, that means that you've either died or you're in a state where you're no longer visible. Right? Like, it's like, I don't think you can be on this 3D, this grid planet if you're reached with Nirvana. That's the way I see it. But maybe I'm wrong, but like I see that's the way I see it.
Would you say that that's also kind of the idea of bringing heaven down to earth? Like heaven is on earth? Or do you believe this is like a higher state?
Well, heaven is here already for me.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's like we're already walking in heaven.
But
I believe it's a bit higher than that. I believe that it's like all the lessons learned. You cleared all your Akashic records. You cleared everything. Everything is clear. You've done all the work. And now you're like, for me, Nirvana is us crystallizing and diamondizing. It's diamondizing. It's what will happen to us eventually, this is something I believe in, that our bodies will become more diamond. Right? It won't be physical anymore. And that to me is Nirvana. But like I said, like we said, everybody else sees things differently. And that's the beauty of this.
And what is diamond?
Diamond, shine bright like a diamond. What do you mean diamond? What is diamond?
Diamonds are created under pressure.
Yeah, there you go.
So high, intense pressure.
There.
But it's basically the acceptance. I almost feel like the diamond has accepted all the pressure, and that's why it becomes this incredible
there you go.
crystal once it stopped resisting. But it still has to sustain itself in that crystallization. It needs to love itself. It needs to support itself. I think it was Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, it was Eckhart Tolle who said that he believes, or I don't know if it was a channeled information, but he said that crystals in itself is stones who have gained awareness of itself and hence crystallized. Understand?
Say it again.
So basically, crystals are just
energy.
Crystals are stones who
have reached enlightenment.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what it says. And it makes so much sense.
It is.
To me anyways.
Because they're alive.
Yeah. They're alive. And it's this, like you were saying, this crystallization. We're getting there. I mean, some of us are already there. We just refuse to actually step into it. Like I believe we're already, like technically we're there. Everything, everything is happening on the same time. Every time frame, every version of ourselves.
Happening on a timeline for sure.
All the timelines are happening on the same time
now.
And it's just a question of stepping into it, right? And how do you step into it? I believe it's accepting everything that is, accepting and just loving. Like I do believe it's just loving. That's how you step into the pain. That's how you step into the suffering. You love it. You accept it.
But also remember, like what she's saying, loving it. And remember that we're living in this polarized world. So polarity is hate. So you have to go through hate before you get to
love the hate.
Exactly. You have to hate. And it's okay to hate. It's not okay to hate, but it's okay to be aware of the hate. When you're hating, you're like, oh my God, it's the complete polarity of the love that you're feeling. So you're like, oh, can you transmute it, transform it into love? Right? And that's what you're here to do.
And remember, just because you hate something is one thing, but acting upon that hate is another.
It's just a lower frequency of love.
It's a lower frequency of love. And like I like to say to my nieces and nephews all the time, it's okay to be angry, but it's not like you don't go and project that hate. You don't project it onto others. And we're not here to project anything onto others. I mean, there are karmic contracts and this and that, but at the end of the day, if you're on this journey, if you're listening to us right now, we're on the same page. Like we have the same mission technically, which is to love everything to death. And that's not acting upon all of these emotional, energetic information, right?
Anyways, Nirvana. Like I just looked at one of my notes. It's like Nirvana is the liberation of samsara. Samsara is the karmic cycle of life, illusions, like birth, pain, suffering, death. The cycle, boom, 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 boom. So it's liberation from that because it's done. You've done all the cycles that you needed to do, and this is what we're doing, and this is the human experience. And a lot of parts, a lot of maybe from the past videos I've done, it's like sometimes I'm like, maybe like, do I really want to diamondize right now? Right now, no, I don't, because I'm still enjoying the human experience. Exactly. So I brought out this because I thought it was really interesting, to see the
crowns,
the depictions of crown chakra in our daily lives, right? Like we see the halo, like if you look at Jesus Christ, there's always like a halo kind of behind him. So he reached nirvana, he reached enlightenment. Or the angels or our deities that you see often, they're wearing crowns on their head. There's always something on their head, right? Because it's the connection to source. Even the 3D crown, the royalty, right? Like even then they have some sort of connection to source.
Which is why they were considered as kings, right? Because they were the closest.
Because they were the highest realm, right? The kingdom, right? Queendom. And the crown of thorns that he wore, Jesus Christ. And I love the downloads, because again, that's that energy that comes in. And a lot of you also get a lot of downloads and you mistake them as dream. Oh, it's just a dream. Or no, it's just like my ego talk coming in. Oh, it's nothing, and it's like, these are big things. These are, I remember I'm constantly downloading information all the time. Yeah. But this is for me, like almost like my dream of why I'm here and talking to you is for you to fully like get the fact that these are not just passing messages, even things that you see in the street and things that pop up on social media. You're like, oh, it's because it's the AI bullshit, but it's really messages coming to you. Like they're not getting through to your crown chakra, so they're going to come in a physical form. And it's to start connecting with that. I think it's beautiful. Anyways, we don't need a crown to put on our head kind of thing. We need just to fall in love with ourselves, which is all of this activation. Jane, my dog died last night from meningitis. I miss, sending you love. But he's always here, just so you know. And also a little side note, if you get another animal, your dog's soul will always follow its owner. So it will go into another animal.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you have a contract with your animals. But prayers.
And it's okay to feel grief.
Yeah, of course. So feel it.
It's part of the process also in all this. So
this is like a big one. Okay.
Projecting, yes. Yeah, because we decided to throw in all of these little extra. The reason why we added all of these too is because once you get to the crown, usually you're pretty centered and you have looked at a lot of the facades. You've looked at most of the pain, most of the suffering. You're at the higher frequency, and now you're just getting to the actual cores, the ones that are a little harder, the ones that have been really hidden, and you're unveiling that it's being unrooted, right? And then once you get to that, you can actually start opening up to a point where you can actually astral project. So for those who don't know what astral projection is basically your body stays here in this 3D, but then your energetics, so your soul, is able to release itself, detach itself from this 3D. And I've heard stories of people going all over the world, places that they've never been to before, but they could astral project literally to that place and see exactly everything that's been going on. There has been research that has been done even in military experiments where they have taught these people to meditate at a certain to the extent where they can actually channel in and visualize specific camp areas with specific tools and specific people, places, and things that they were able to then draw out and get the full vision of it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I think they stopped that research though at a point, but I always found that really, really interesting, that even to the point that even the military has looked into it and dived into it.
They have the technology that they're hiding. But anyways, astral projection is interesting because our souls leave our bodies every night, right? That's like, we know that when we're in full REM mode, your soul has left your body. And that's why sometimes you wake up and you're jolted until because your soul had to come back in quick, because it was the human's waking up and it's coming in quick. The soul goes out and learns. And I always understood it as my soul comes out of my body which is my avatar, and goes into the ethers, into the cosmos, and like, oh, did you see Sabrina did this today? And I always like picture it as all the souls gathering and say, oh my God, my avatar was such a loser and did this, but in a fun way, right? Because they're learning from us, we're learning from them. That's kind of an exchange that we're having. But astral projection is beautiful. It's like, that's when you get more and more connected. You start to trust yourself and you start to see things. NDE is a near-death experiences, which is a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've seen a lot of videos online about this, which is amazing, where they feel like the light is coming, like someone is coming out of them and like coming out and giving the hand to them, and they're just seeing light. And I don't know if any of you have ever experienced NDE or someone has experienced NDE, because it's like, to me, an NDE happens to someone who in a physical level feels like they need to leave the earth. And that at an extreme level, even though you don't know it, at a subconscious level, you want to leave the earth. And they're like, your soul contract is not up yet, so it's a no. And they're like, we're bringing you back on earth.
And these are, I think are the most fascinating things, because you hear, and what's fascinating to me about them all is that they all have the same experiences all of the time. It's always the same story. They go to this place, everything's blissful, but then they come back. And it just, the storylines are great. Just going back to astral projecting, anybody can do it, but you will be challenged at times in terms of just, how could I say it? Just make sure that you're ready to face everything that you're ready to face before your soul actually decides to go out, right? Because you might be faced with very scary things, because you're now connected with absolutely everything, all the realms. And sometimes you have to just, I've heard so many stories of people practicing and doing astral projections, and then they get completely scared, and then they never want to do it again, right? So it's like these moments of when you get to that point when you want to try it, just make sure you have a good grounding practice. Like we've talked about this, the groundingness, visualizing roots, but also knowing when to come back into the body. It's one thing going out in the world and then getting lost in the world, but it's also come back. Right? You're not meant to go over there. You decided to be a human. You decided to come to the experience. So it's finding that balance. Again, I don't know why I just felt like I needed to voice that out. You still want to protect yourself energetically, because at the end of the day, you're still going to be, there's people who,
a lot of people have uncomfortable NDs.
Yeah.
They come on, they're reprimanded. They're like the judge and jury's up there, and they're like, yo, yes. I've heard so many of them.
Really?
They're like feel imprisoned when they get out there, because they're like, hey, why are you here? Like you can't leave. Like a lot of people feel that. It's very interesting. And I'm like, wow. And it's not like you're like reprimanded, like like the way we would see it. Like, it's just like, no, you're not ready. We're bringing you back in your body, like ASAP. And
it's also because a lot of people are not doing the work. There's some people that are not doing the work, and they will take advantage and manipulate. The same thing like in the 3D reality, the physical, the etheric, the 5D is also, it's a different ball game. So it's, going in it, you can go in it full force, take the leap, or you can just, I would actually recommend to go baby steps until you become, unless you absolutely feel safe, because the whole point of this is feeling safe within your body. And then therefore, when you go in the astral world, you will feel safe enough to face any of these things, and you can just wish people off. And like, I feel like the 5D is almost like a free-for-all. Basically, there's rules, but very little rules.
I feel like the 5D is here anyways, right? I don't think we're going anywhere. But anyways, I think
no, but I think in terms of astral projection,
yeah.
Like in terms of astral projection versus in this 3D experience, right? Let's see what people are writing. Let it go and said, but come back.
Astral. She had the feeling that was pulling on me. I was young, and idea later. I don't know. Oh yeah, because when you're younger and usually we'll be younger and have these astral projections, or we'll come outside of our bodies when we're younger, because we're pure. We're not fully into our program. Is as we get older, we're more program.
Which gets a little
Congestion. Oh my God, anger, all of it.
Well, this is what we're clearing, right?
That's what we're clearing.
That's the whole point. Jane wrote
I know.
something. Yeah, I'm angry with God that he didn't save my kid. Yeah, it's okay to be angry. 100%.
You have to feel the feels, but also honor your journey of your dog and honor the journey of
your child too.
Yeah.
Of its soul. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting closer, guys, to the activation level with us. So we already talked about this pretty much, the best practices.
I brought up mountaintop because the crown is like high. So the best, like to activate that, if you're living on near a mountain, or like we have a little molehill, but it's a mountain, we can go on top of it, you know, and go out and like feel the energy of that when you're on top of a mountain. You know, it almost just opens it all up for you, kind of thing. Because we're visual as humans, so the fact that you go on top of that and the clearing.
Yeah, I like that, because you have six senses for a reason.
Yeah,
right? Use them.
Yeah. And then head massage, and I was like, yes, that's why I love head massage. I could do like a head massage for hours, and my massage therapist was like, no. I'm like, okay. I'll pay you, but they're like, no. It's like, but there's so much stimuli here, right? And pranayama is a yoga, like a
breath work.
Yeah, it's alternate breathing, right? You 3 seconds in, out. But you can look into that. That could help you open up a little bit of the fogginess in your brain, in your crown chakra. And 963 hertz, again, is something that you could listen to, and nature and crystals, of course. I brought up danbarite because I saw that everywhere, and that's something that's I don't have that crystal. But selenite, everybody has selenite somehow.
And selenite is a cleanser.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Cleans everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the idea of the crown chakra is, a lot of people said, oh, it's pure enlightenment. But how the crown chakra can be fully activated is if you're grounded. So that's why it's the only way the crown chakra can actually be fully activated is if all your chakras are aligned, right? So we're not all there yet. We're all still clearing so many parts of our, like all the centers in our body, and it's okay.
Balance. That's that's the name of the game. Balance, love, trust. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
How are we feeling, guys? How are we doing? How are you guys doing? Are you guys ready for this activation? Maybe that's what we've been feeling this whole time. In addition to the caffeine. It's this crown chakra activation that we're going to be doing in a couple of minutes. So as per usual, my house is full of stones. I love that. Yes. You have a dynamic. Somebody had once, I saw a video recently saying how once you get into this journey, we have a tendency of doing all the stuff, right? The yoga, the stones and all that. And we think it's going to be so much better, that everything's going to be cleared up instantly, automatically once we do or get these things. And the reality is that now you've just declared that you're ready to go through the lessons, that you're ready to go through the challenges. So sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, because now it's like, okay, now we have a direct connection with you, with all these stones. So let's start talking to you. We have a direct, the spirits, your guides, which is just you. You have a direct connection with you. So they're ready to just send out all the lessons, send out all the information, send out all the symbolisms, the sign. And it's just a question of staying grounded, because sometimes it could be intense. Sometimes when we get all that at once, we're just like, whoa, we try to shut it down. But it's like, stay with it. Have compassion, have the kindness.
That's a really good point, because that's what happens. Like, right, my whole house full of stones too. My house full of stones, my house full of sage, my house is full of this. And then you're like, yo, I'm sitting in all these energies, right? All this activation is all around me. So that's why some of us find ourselves with all of this coming out, because that's my sacral. This is my, and it's okay. It's like, then it grounds you. You find a way to ground yourself with everything, but they're also there as your companion. So that's good.
Some of them are there to soothe
but a lot of you have to ask your stone, because I have some stones that ask to be in a case. because they're so strong that they know that if they're out all the time, I will be continually unbalanced. So they're like, put me in a case, please. And I'm like, okay.
Again, it's just to be present. And you might not get clear messages like that, where it's like, put me in a case, but you might get like, oh, I feel like I need to put this somewhere else. Or, oh, I feel like I need to put this one away temporarily or forever. Who knows? But
yeah, because some stones I don't align with some stones. And I have to give them away because I'm like, I don't feel you. And it's okay.
Exactly. It's sometimes we're meant to just be the messenger. Grab. There's so many times in my life have I bought and purchased stones just to like, I'm like, oh, this is why I bought it. Here, it's for you. It's just to be, again, we're just here to be more and more present to then get the information that we need to then act upon them.
Jane, you're grieving, so probably the best stone for you is fluorite, green fluorite, or rose quartz, like you something for your heart chakra. That would be like what else is
rose quartz is a beautiful
rose quartz
one.
Is the best, I think, and
it's
even
very gentle. It's a very
green
gentle stone.
fluorite is really beautiful too.
Yeah, anything that's
green or pink.
Yeah,
or red even, because it's a heart chakra too. You can do, but mostly those two colors, those two quote crystals.
Or you can just go to a shop and just ask the crystal who wants to work with me for this specific thing. And
for grieving,
you will be led. We're energetic beings. It's time to start acting like it. That's all I gotta say.
Also, you can go to the crystal store and see what resonates with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I usually go to a crystal shop. I'm like, okay, who wants to work with me today? And then I'm guided to a specific place. And it's interesting because sometimes I would request, I'm looking for a fluorite, for instance, and I can't see the fluorite. It's right there, but you can't see it because you're actually there to pick up something else.
Led somewhere else.
Exactly. And it's just to be okay with it, right? Just.
All right, let us begin. So everyone that's new here, we do a guided meditation into a pendulum activation, which is going to help you if you have an underactive, overactive, or blocked chakra, crown chakra. So it's also just good to, if you're feeling foggy or unclear, or if you're feeling all the things that we talked about, it's a good thing to like you like. I love that she has a third eye in her thing. Okay. All right, so she will begin with a beautiful guided meditation. Yes. They don't want to see this.
It's just the meditation part. I'd rather have this right now, just to like, okay, this is where we're going at.
And then when it's
they can focus on themselves, so they don't focus on us. Also, is the reason why I like to put this one on for now. So basically, the way this is going to go, you get comfortable. We're going to get to a meditated state. So as Sabrina was saying, this is really an activation, but it's also a clearing. It's also a cleansing. It's good for you, and it's going to ripple off to your whole environment and to the people, places, and things as well. So you can do this multiple times. You can do it once or twice, or even 10 times if you'd like. It will relax you to a certain extent, or it might activate you, all depending. So listen to your body. This is really your moment, your time. You might start this meditation and be like, nope, this is not for me, and that's okay. You might need to listen to it another time, or you might get right into it and just enjoy and bask. Whatever it is, listen to your body. That's all we're going to say. That's all I'm going to add to that. So with that said, you can start getting comfortable, sitting down or lying down, closing your eyes. The whole point is for you to focus on yourself right now. And we're going to start with 3 long, deep breaths. These breaths are to tell your body and communicate with it, letting it know that it's safe. It's safe to let go, release control, that it's getting ready to receive. And when you're ready, you can start by visualizing roots from the soles of your feet, going down, 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 softly and gently, or maybe you're going at a more direct way. Maybe you want that instant connection. Wherever you are at this very moment, however your roots are leading you, you're going at the center of Mother Earth, at its beating hearts. And wrapping these roots gently and softly, or maybe you're just giving it a huge hug, receiving the support of Mother Earth, allowing her to love you deeper. And with a long, deep breath in, imagining her essence, her light going up, 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 hitting the soles of your feet, going up your legs, up your spine, down your arms, up your neck, up your head, and allowing this beautiful white light expand all around you, creating a sphere of protection from your head to your toes. And just basking here for a little while, allowing this light to go to every single cell of your body. Allowing it to relax a little more, a little deeper. Relaxing your mind a little more and a little deeper. Allowing the waves of emotions to slowly wind out. In and out. Feeling this energetic flow. Entering the 3D, entering the soul. Just basking in and out of these worlds without judgment. And when you're ready, start visualizing a light from the top of your head, a crown opening up gently. Expanding this light with every petal opening. Opening up and opening up. And visualizing this light going up, up, up towards the sun of all suns, towards the center of all the universes combined, where it all began. and allowing this beautiful golden shimmering light going down, 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 hitting the top of your head, going down your spine, down your legs, your arms, and allowing this energy to overflow the soles of your feet, to merge and combine. And maybe this light is now turning a beautiful violet, gold shimmering light, deepening your connection not only with yourself but with everything around you. Accepting all the information that is relevant to you right now and releasing all that no longer serves you. You are now ready to receive Sabrina's activation.
All right. My intention is to bring deep transformative healing to your crown chakra, addressing any imbalances or overactivity. I aim to clear all blockages rooted in spiritual confusion, energetic overwhelm, or physical disconnect, allowing you to experience clarity, balance, and divine connection. This healing will align the collective with their higher purpose and restore their connection to the universe and their true self. Let us begin. Allow me to cleanse your crown chakra of any spiritual disorientation, doubts, or disconnection from your higher self. Release all confusion and disharmony that clouds your understanding of your soul's purpose and your place in the universe. Let go of any overstimulation and that is pulling you away from grounding and physical balance, restoring calm and peace within your spiritual center. Release the detachment from your physical vessel, restoring the flow of energy between your crown and lower chakras, bringing harmony to both your earthly and spiritual experiences. Clear away all mental fog, emotional burnout, and feelings of being unplugged from the divine. Release the weight of overthinking and spiritual exhaustion, allowing your mind and soul to be revitalized. Release any fear or resistance you have towards fully surrendering to your spiritual path. Free your crown chakra from the limitations that keep you from embracing the divine flow of the universe and your own higher self. Now, we restore the balance between spiritual awareness and physical presence, allowing both aspects of your being to coexist in harmony. Calm the energy of your crown chakra, bringing it into alignment with the rest of your energy centers. Deepen your connection between your crown and the infinite wisdom that guides you, enabling you to receive clear, intuitive guidance with ease and trust. Ground the energy of your crown into your body, allowing divine wisdom to be integrated into your everyday life. Help your body to align with this wisdom so you can live as a true warrior of love. Restore the natural state of peace, clarity, and unity within the crown chakra. Allow the fog of confusion to clear, making space for divine connection, deep wisdom, and a sense of oneness with all that is. Your crown chakra is now cleansed, balanced, and aligned. You are deeply connected to the divine, God, one, creator, source, while remaining fully present in the physical form. Your spirit flows freely and peacefully within the universe, bringing you purpose and profound sense of inner peace. So be it, and so it is done. Thank you for allowing yourself to receive this healing. May this journey continue to open your crown chakra to its highest potential. Thank you, Katarina, for this transcendental meditation. Thank you for honoring yourself and taking the time to receive this activation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. I'm very done. Now you could slowly wake up, or not. You can shut off. Right. Hello. Okay. Everyone's asleep. I'm not asleep. No, Sabrina. All right. That was beautiful, actually. Did you feel good?
How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Just had a what? Heftold.
Just had mac and cheese, but that was before.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's too small for me, these little.
Thank you, thank you, thank you both. Yes.
Amazing.
All right. So.
Please enjoy that.
I know.
Did you guys see any colors? I'm curious. Any colors? Thank you guys for being live with us again. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And again, you guys could watch this every so often if you feel like you need to clear or activate, or if you just feel called to do it again, do it. By all means. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now we'll show you don't know. Oh, the colors,
The
I
colors,
guess. Yeah.
It's okay. You don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
Yeah. Feels good. I had that. Oh, nice. She had
Oh,
the
good for
frequency
you.
going. Put it on. Put it up there so we can see.
Cobalt
Nice.
blue. Beautiful.
Oh, cobalt blue. Fun. Yeah. There you go. And yeah, so we're not going to end this here. We're going to do one more episode.
I saw the violet before you said. That's good. And my hands are on fire. Beautiful.
Yes, hands on fire. Those are my favorite byproducts of this kind of meditation and activation. So yeah, so we decided it was Sabrina's idea actually to add in the soul star chakra and the earth star chakra. This will be the next episode.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could let us know what date will be better next week. Do you guys prefer Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I'm thinking on a Wednesday, the hump day, to kind of like get all that. We still have to discuss on a time. Something we decided to add in like not long ago. So if you guys have any ideas, what would you prefer? Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know.
If not, yeah.
So next week, the soul star chakra and the earth star. I just want to bring that up because the earth star is a 0 point. And the soul is the 8. And I love it that we end it with that because we're in the 8th year, 2024 right now. And it's that completion year. Even though there's like the spirit star, the chakra, the galactic, there's so many more. We can just end it at the soul star. That is the connection to the higher self. That is when, and that is actually when you can start to read the Akashic records is in your soul star chakra. Which is kind of fun. And the earth star is where you like feel like more connected to it. And I like that. It's bringing me and Katarina together where she's fully grounded.
No, not fully.
Well, you're good.
I have my
good.
moments
Yeah,
like
your
everybody
moments.
else.
Like we all have, right? So.
But thank you for the compliment.
Of course. So this is it, guys.
I'm curious, what is
with your feet grounded in the earth and your spirit aligned with the stars, you walk the path of your highest self.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Quote? Love that. Love that. Okay, guys.
11:11. It's 1:22 here. All right. I feel so calm. Good. That was amazing. I saw Violet. Okay. Yeah,
amazing, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything.
This is how we're ending it here.
Oh, 11:11 next week. I got it.
Ah.
Oh, next
on
week at
Wednesday.
11?
Maybe at night.
That's too early.
12 was tough for me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah. Anyways, you'll let us know
Yeah.
in the coming days, and we'll let you know when we're coming in next Wednesday for sure. I don't know, afternoon or whatever.
You'll hear it.
You'll hear it.
You'll see exactly where we're gonna, what time, and you will be the first to know.
Yeah.
I had to make some thunder pictures.
She's an artist.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm.
I'm very curious. Okay, guys.
Okay, bye, girl.
Love you.
Bye, ladies.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, everyone.
See
I
you
love you
soon.
so much.
Yes. Thank
Bye.
you.